Prabha Arun Kumar was a devoted mother, wife and daughter, defined by her quiet determination and dedication to her family. Originally from a small town in Karnataka, India, Prabha grew up with the strong values instilled by her parents, who emphasized hard work, loyalty and determination. As the second of 5 siblings, she displayed remarkable resolve, choosing to pursue an education in engineering and dedicating herself to improving her family's future. After graduating, Prabha launched her career in Bengaluru, where she met her future husband, Arun Kumar. The two shared a love for family and an earnest approach to life, supporting each other as they set out to build a future together. The couple's life soon saw a joyful addition, a daughter, Meghana, who became the light of Prabha's life and a driving force behind many of her difficult decisions. Prabha and Arun envisioned a bright future, one built on the dreams of financial stability and family closeness. However, like many young couples in India, they faced economic challenges. The high cost of living and the desire to secure a solid future for their daughter led Prabha to accept a position as an IT consultant with Mindtree in Sydney, a job that would mean living far away from her husband and child. The decision to leave her family in India was one Prabha made with both pride and pain. Her role as a systems analyst provided her with an excellent salary, allowing her to send money home to support her family. At the same time, however, her daughter was still young, and the thought of missing out on precious moments of her childhood weighed heavily on her. The separation was not just physical, but emotional, with Prabha acutely feeling the distance in every conversation, every missed milestone, and every family celebration she couldn't attend. Yet, she held on to the hope that her time away from them would be brief, and that the financial security it provided would benefit them all in the long run. In March 2015, Prabha was just weeks away from fulfilling her dream. After working in Sydney for nearly 3 years, in April 2015, she was finally set to return to India, marking the beginning of a new chapter where her family would be reunited. The anticipation of this reunion brought immense joy to Prabha, her husband and their daughter, now 11 years old, who could barely contain her excitement at the thought of her mother's homecoming. Prabha's friends and colleagues knew of her plans to return and shared in her excitement, offering well wishes and counting down the days with her. However, fate took a cruel turn, and the promise of a joyful reunion was abruptly shattered. On the evening of March 7th, 2015, Prabha was making her way home after a long day at work. It was a quiet Saturday night, and as usual, Prabha was eager to get back to her apartment in Westmead. Around 9 PM, she arrived at Parramatta station and set off on her routine route home through Parramatta Park, a shortcut that would save her time. The park, though peaceful by day, was less welcoming at night, with dim lighting and minimal foot traffic. As she walked, Prabha called her husband, Arun, back in India, perhaps as a way to keep herself company in the quiet surroundings. Arun was a comforting presence on the other end of the line, and they spoke about her day and her plans to return home. But suddenly, Prabha sensed something was wrong. As she walked, Prabha noticed a man following her. Feeling increasingly uneasy, she told her husband about the suspicious man. Arun could hear the fear in Prabha's voice as she confided that someone was behind her, and he urged her to stay calm and keep moving. But moments later, the situation escalated suddenly and horrifically. Prabha was attacked. In an attempt to protect herself, Prabha reportedly pleaded with the stranger, begging him not to harm her, and even offering him her belongings. In a desperate bid to survive, she told the man he could take whatever he wanted if he would just let her go, but the assailant ignored her pleas and attacked her, stabbing her in the neck. At approximately 9:30 PM, Prabha cried out in fear, telling Arun, "They've stabbed me." Her terrified voice conveyed a panic that pierced the silence of the night. Arun, listening helplessly from thousands of miles away, could do nothing but plead with her to hold on. Then, the line went silent, leaving Arun devastated and paralysed by shock. The call had been their last, and the words, "They've stabbed me," were the final message he would ever hear from his wife. Passers-by found Prabha lying on the ground shortly afterward, gravely injured from a stab wound to her neck. She was rushed to Westmead Hospital, where medical teams tried to save her life. Despite their best efforts, at just 41 years old, Prabha succumbed to her injury shortly after midnight on March 8, 2015. The New South Wales Police immediately launched an investigation into Prabha's murder, led by Detective Michael Doherty, who would dedicate years to attempting to solve this tragic case. The initial stages of the investigation were difficult. The location of the attack, Parramatta Park, was poorly lit, and few people were around that night. Authorities meticulously searched the area for any trace of the assailant, but there was little physical evidence to follow. One of the most confounding aspects of the case was the lack of witnesses. The park was known to be secluded during nighttime hours, especially near the area where Prabha was found. Police sought out any nearby CCTV footage that might shed light on Prabha's attacker's movements, but the park's limited camera coverage provided minimal assistance. Authorities pored over any footage available, but could not identify any person of interest or suspicious activity near the time of the attack. This lack of visual evidence became one of the major roadblocks in solving Prabha's murder, a puzzle compounded by the absence of a clear motive. Investigators initially considered robbery as a motive, but this theory was quickly dismissed when they found Prabha's belongings, her purse, wallet and phone, untouched near her body. With robbery ruled out, police turned their attention to her personal life, searching for any potential grudges or threats she might have faced. Friends and co-workers were interviewed, but no one could think of any reason why Prabha would have been targeted. Her life in Sydney appeared routine and peaceful, and she had not mentioned any threats or encounters that could indicate she was in danger. Adding further complexity to the case was Prabha's phone call with her husband during the attack. While the chilling phrase, "they've stabbed me," provided evidence of an attack, it offered few clues regarding the identity of her killer. Police were left grappling with questions. Had Prabha been followed? Was the attack planned, or was it a random act of violence? As the investigation continued without significant leads, the case grew colder, and Prabha's family was left grappling with a tragedy devoid of answers. In the absence of clear suspects, the investigation eventually turned toward Prabha's husband, Arun Kumar. Although Arun was in India at the time of the murder, police uncovered a startling revelation. Arun had been having an affair with a young college student, Kiran Shagoti, at the time of Prabha's death. Initially, Arun denied the affair, but police eventually confirmed the relationship. This revelation fueled speculation about whether the affair could have played a role in Prabha's murder, whether through jealousy or a more sinister motive. Investigators began to dig deeper into Arun's life, examining his communications with Kiran and other individuals in India. The possibility that a love triangle had contributed to Prabha's death raised significant questions about the nature of Arun and Prabha's marriage. Interviews with family and friends revealed a complex dynamic. While Arun appeared to be a loving husband and father, Prabha's friends noted that she had shared her concerns about the strain of their long-distance relationship and the pressures of supporting their family. Further investigations uncovered that Arun had sent money to Kiran in the months leading up to Prabha's murder, adding another layer of complexity to the case. Investigators attempted to ascertain the timeline of events leading up to Prabha's death and whether Arun had any knowledge of potential threats to her safety. Despite his protestations of innocence, Arun became a person of interest in the investigation, raising suspicions about his true role in Prabha's life. In response to the allegations and the mounting pressure, Arun publicly appealed for information about Prabha's murder and vehemently denied any involvement. He expressed his love for Prabha, calling her a devoted mother and a wonderful partner, and claimed he had been deeply devastated by her loss. However, the conflicting reports and revelations about his affair painted a more complicated picture, leaving many in the community questioning his motives and credibility. As police conducted interviews with Arun, they also scrutinized Kiran's background and her connection to both Arun and Prabha. Kiran expressed her shock at the media attention surrounding the case and vehemently denied any involvement in Prabha's murder. While investigators believed Kiran may have crucial insights into Arun's character and potential motives, no evidence directly linked her to the crime or suggested that she had any role in orchestrating Prabha's murder. Despite the exhaustive focus on Arun and his secret relationship, authorities ultimately found no grounds to pursue charges against him. The investigation moved on, but the suspicion and rumours surrounding Arun's private life lingered, adding a layer of complexity to an already tragic case. Though the examination into Arun's affair yielded no concrete results, the emotional toll on Prabha's family was profound, deepening the sorrow felt by her loved ones who were still without closure. In response to the tragic murder of Prabha Arun Kumar, Sydney's community, especially those in Parramatta, came together to honour her memory and work toward improving public safety. On the weekend, following what would have been her birthday in November 2015, a memorial service was held in Parramatta Park, attended by her husband, their young daughter, and other family members who travelled from India. The gathering took place on the very pathway where Prabha was attacked, and this walkway was later renamed Prabha Arun Kumar Walk in her memory. A plaque was also unveiled to serve as a lasting tribute to Prabha, commemorating her life and recognising the tragedy that occurred there. Following Prabha's murder, there was a public outcry for better safety measures, especially in Parramatta Park, which was known to have dark and isolated areas. The community worked with local authorities to address these concerns, leading to significant safety upgrades. Improvements included the installation of additional lighting along pathways and the placement of new CCTV cameras to monitor previously unlit areas. These improvements aim to help people feel safe while walking in the park at night, directly addressing concerns that had surfaced following Prabha's death. The Indian community in Sydney and other supporters have organised annual memorial walks in Parramatta Park to honour Prabha's memory, providing a space for reflection and solidarity with her family. These events serve not only as a tribute to Prabha's life, but also as reminders of the unsolved nature of her case, encouraging people to come forward with any relevant information. The gatherings often included quiet reflection, floral tributes, and appeals for justice, underscoring the community's dedication to keeping Prabha's memory alive. Additionally, local organisations and the Parramatta Park Trust held community safety forums in subsequent years, bringing together leaders, police, and city officials to discuss safety improvements and share updates on the investigation. Sydney's Indian community also provided continuous support to Prabha's family, particularly during their visits from India for memorials and official proceedings. This compassion extended to Meghana, Prabha's young daughter, who hadn't seen her mother since 2012 and was deeply affected by her loss. Supporters shared Prabha's story widely in local media and within community networks to keep her case in the public eye, urging authorities to pursue justice. Advocacy from community leaders emphasised the case's ongoing mystery and the importance of finding answers, demonstrating the community's resolve to see her memory honoured. Prabha's murder had without a doubt a profound impact on Sydney's Indian community, which had traditionally been close-knit and somewhat shielded by their shared immigrant experience. The tragedy raised awareness about the unique challenges and safety risks faced by immigrants in unfamiliar cities. Prabha's story resonated strongly with those who, like her, had moved abroad to work, leaving behind family members and familiar surroundings. The tragedy also heightened feelings of vulnerability among immigrant women, many of whom connected personally with Prabha's story. In response, community organisations began offering safety seminars and self-defence courses, and there was an increased push for immigrants to take public transportation during late-night commutes rather than walking alone. Prabha's story became a powerful reminder of the sacrifices immigrants make in search of better opportunities, while also underscoring the need for secure and supportive communities. Her death united Sydney's Indian community in a collective commitment to honouring her memory by fostering a safer environment for all, particularly immigrants, ensuring her legacy would lead to positive changes for the future. In late 2024, after nearly 10 years passed without resolution, the New South Wales Police announced a significant update in the ongoing investigation, a coronial inquest scheduled for March 2025. This inquest will allow officials to review evidence with a fresh lens, potentially identifying overlooked details or inconsistencies that could bring new insights to light. The inquest is expected to include Arun Kumar, along with other individuals close to Prabha, in hopes of clarifying lingering questions and dispelling unsubstantiated theories. Detective Doherty has stated that police are still inclined to believe Prabha's murder was a targeted act rather than a random assault, though they cannot be certain of the motive. The upcoming inquest offers hope that, after years of investigative deadlock, the case may finally move toward resolution. For Prabha's family and friends, the renewed attention to her case brings mixed emotions: grief over her tragic loss, tempered by hope that justice may yet be served. The 2025 inquest was not the only update in Prabha's murder case. In an effort to encourage anyone with knowledge of the crime to come forward, on October 28, 2024, the New South Wales government announced a $1 million reward. This substantial reward, one of the largest ever offered in the region, signalled the authorities' commitment to finding justice for Prabha and her family. The announcement generated renewed media coverage and public interest in Prabha's case, with police appealing for witnesses to come forward. While police had offered smaller rewards in the past, this unprecedented amount emphasises their belief that someone may hold the key to solving this case. The reward size reflects the gravity of the crime and the impact Prabha's murder has had on her family and community. The government hopes that the sum will serve as a compelling incentive for anyone, even those with indirect information, to come forward and contribute to solving the case. The announcements of the reward and the inquest have rekindled hope within the community as they remember Prabha's life and the tragic circumstances of her death. With each passing year, the need for justice has only grown stronger, and community members remain steadfast in their commitment to ensuring that Prabha's legacy endures as a reminder of the importance of compassion, understanding, and support for one another. In the face of tragedy, Prabha's story serves as a reminder of the strength and resilience of a community that refuses to give up on the search for justice. As Sydney prepares for the 10th anniversary of her murder, and with the coronial inquest approaching, the hope remains that her family and loved ones will finally receive the answers they deserve, bringing closure to a case that has haunted so many for so long, and allowing Prabha's memory to be one of peace rather than pain. Until then, the mystery of Prabha Kumar's death remains one of the most disturbing and unresolved chapters in Sydney's history. This brings us to the end of the video. My heart goes out to Prabha and her family and loved ones. Let me know your thoughts on the case below in the comments. As always, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Till next time, take care.